You wake up, step outside with your morning coffee, and there it is again. Your beautiful perennials, chewed to the ground overnight. Stems stripped bare, flowers gone. All that effort completely undone by a rabbit that could not care less about how hard you worked. If you garden in Zone 8, you already know this frustration all too well. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are counting down 7 rabbit-proof, heat-loving perennials built specifically for the toughest Zone 8 garden spaces. Plants that shrug off blazing summer heat, laugh in the face of hungry rabbits, and come back more spectacular every single year. Let's get into it. Quick pause before we start. If you are new here, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a video. And if our content helps you build a better garden, a thumbs up genuinely helps this channel grow and reach more gardeners just like you. We appreciate every single one of you. Now, let's protect those plants. All right, let's go to the video. Zone 8 throws 2 challenges at you simultaneously. Summers that are genuinely, relentlessly brutal, and rabbits that treat your garden like an all-you-can-eat buffet from spring through fall. Most plants cannot handle even one of those challenges well. Every plant on today's list handles both without flinching, because they are built for heat, and rabbits simply will not touch them. That is the winning combination we are working with today. Let's count them all down. Plant number 1. Agastache/hummingbird mint. Opening our list at number 1 is a Zone 8 superstar that checks every single box on today's list. Heat tolerance, rabbit resistance, spectacular color, and a bloom season so long it carries your garden from midsummer all the way to hard frost. That plant is Agastache hummingbird mint. Agastache produces tall, upright stems topped with dense, bottle brush flower spikes in vivid orange, electric coral, rich purple, deep blue, and warm rose pink. Colors that are bold, vibrant, and genuinely eye-catching in the hottest, most baked corner of any Zone 8 garden. And in Zone 8's long, warm growing season, that bloom display can run 14 to 18 continuous weeks from midsummer right through to the final frost. An extraordinary performance that fills the second half of the season with nonstop color and wildlife activity. Rabbits avoid Agastache entirely because of the intensely aromatic, volatile oils throughout the foliage and stems. That minty, anise-like fragrance that smells wonderful to humans is deeply unpleasant and disorienting to a rabbit's highly sensitive nose. In fact, planting Agastache near more vulnerable plants can actually help deter rabbits from the surrounding area, making it a protective neighbor as well as a beautiful one. The heat tolerance of Agastache in Zone 8 is genuinely exceptional. Most varieties are native to or bred from species originating in the hot, dry, high desert regions of the American Southwest, where summer temperatures routinely exceed 100 degrees Fahrenheit and rainfall is scarce. Zone 8 summer heat does not stress Agastache. It energizes it. The hotter and sunnier the conditions, the more vigorously it blooms and the more intensely fragrant its foliage becomes. The key benefit? Agastache turns your Zone 8 summer into a hummingbird destination. Those tubular flowers are perfectly shaped for hummingbirds, which discover the plant with almost supernatural speed and return multiple times daily throughout the entire bloom season. Pair that with constant bumblebee and butterfly activity, and your garden becomes the most alive, most dynamic spot in the neighborhood. The caution: excellent drainage is non-negotiable for Agastache in Zone 8. While it handles heat and drought beautifully, it will rot quickly in heavy clay soils that stay wet after rain. Use a gritty, fast-draining soil mix and avoid low spots that collect standing water. Get the drainage right, and Agastache will deliver one of the most spectacular long-season performances available in any Zone 8 garden. Plant number 2, Russian sage. Number 2 is a plant that thrives in Zone 8 heat so completely that many gardeners in hotter climates consider it one of their most reliable and spectacular summer performers. And rabbits will not go near it. That plant is Russian sage. Russian sage produces tall, upright, silver-white stems with finely textured, aromatic gray-green leaves. Every part of the plant covered in a fine, silvery coating that reflects intense heat and reduces water loss dramatically. From midsummer through fall, those stems become blanketed in tiny, lavender blue flowers that create that signature, hazy, shimmering cloud of soft purple blue that is one of the most beautiful and distinctive effects in the Zone 8 summer garden. At 3 to 5 feet tall at maturity, it delivers real visual presence and anchors the back of borders with effortless elegance throughout the hottest stretch of the growing season. Rabbits avoid Russian sage completely and consistently. The intensely pungent, resinous, aromatic oils in the foliage are overwhelming to a rabbit's sensitive olfactory system. This is the same defense mechanism that makes lavender and catmint rabbit-proof, and Russian sage carries it in particularly powerful concentration. Rabbits simply will not enter a garden bed that is heavily planted with Russian sage, making it an excellent barrier plant around more vulnerable species. The key benefit? Russian sage blooms for months through the hottest, driest stretch of Zone 8 summer when many other perennials have retreated or finished completely. That long, silvery season of soft purple-blue color is genuinely irreplaceable in the summer garden, and its drought tolerance is so impressive it is commonly used in roadside landscapes with zero supplemental irrigation. The caution? Full sun and excellent drainage are absolute requirements, no exceptions. Cut it back hard to 6 to 8 inches from the ground every spring before new growth emerges to keep plants compact, upright, and performing at their spectacular best through the Zone 8 heat season. Plant number 3, Salvia. Number 3 is a plant family so perfectly adapted to Zone 8 conditions that some of its most spectacular members actually originated in the hot, rocky, sun-baked regions of Texas and Mexico, making Zone 8 summer feel like home. That plant family is Salvia, and for rabbit-proof heat tolerance in Zone 8, it is genuinely unbeatable. For Zone 8 specifically, 2 Salvia types deserve your attention. Salvia gregii, autumn sage, is a small woody perennial shrub native to the Texas-Mexico borderlands that produces a continuous, non-stop display of tubular flowers in red, pink, coral, white, and bicolor combinations from spring through fall. It is so heat tolerant and so drought adapted that it practically thrives on neglect in Zone 8 summers, blooming more freely as the heat builds rather than retreating the way most flowering perennials do. Salvia nemorosa, ornamental salvia, brings those dense, upright spikes of rich violet purple, cobalt blue, and warm rose to the Zone 8 border, re-blooming reliably with each cutback through the long growing season. Rabbits avoid all salvias without exception. The highly aromatic, resinous foliage characteristic of the entire salvia family is one of the most reliable rabbit deterrents in the garden. The same volatile compounds that give salvia its distinctive herbal fragrance make every part of the plant deeply unappealing and unpalatable to rabbits at every stage of growth. The key benefit? In Zone 8, Salvia gregii is one of the longest blooming rabbit-proof perennials available. When planted in the right, sunny, well-drained spot, it can produce flowers for 9 or 10 months of the year in mild Zone 8 winters, delivering an almost year-round floral performance that is virtually unmatched by any other rabbit-proof perennial in this climate. The caution? All salvias require full sun and excellent drainage in Zone 8. Salvia gregii in particular is intolerant of heavy, wet clay soils and will decline quickly in poorly draining conditions. Plant in raised beds or amend soil thoroughly with coarse material to ensure fast drainage after Zone 8's occasional heavy rainfall events. Plantant number 4, Yarrow. Number 4 is one of the toughest, most adaptable, most heat-resistant, and most reliably rabbit-proof perennials available to Zone 8 gardeners. A wildflower legend that has been thriving in hot, dry, difficult conditions for thousands of years. That plant is Yarrow. Yarrow produces flat-topped flower clusters in a spectacular range of warm, rich colors: vivid gold, bright yellow, hot coral, rich red, deep rose, soft salmon, and clean white, held above feathery, fern-like aromatic foliage that is beautiful and textural in the Zone 8 border from the moment it emerges in early spring. Varieties like Paprika, Moonshine, Saucy Seduction, and Strawberry Seduction are all outstanding Zone 8 performers that deliver long, generous seasons of color through the heat of the southern growing season. Rabbits avoid Yarrow consistently and reliably. The strong, distinctive herbal scent of the foliage is deeply off-putting to them, and the slightly bitter aromatic compounds in the leaves make it unpalatable even to rabbits under significant food pressure. It is one of those plants that rabbits will walk right past, even when other food sources in the garden are scarce, making it one of the most dependable rabbit-proof choices available in Zone 8. The key benefit: Yarrow is one of the fastest spreading, most weed-suppressing, and most self-sufficient perennials on today's entire list. It fills in bare Zone 8 garden spaces quickly and naturally, forms dense mats of foliage that crowd out weeds, tolerates drought that would devastate most other perennials, and thrives in the poorest, hottest, most inhospitable conditions your Zone 8 garden can produce. The caution: Yarrow can spread aggressively in fertile, moist soils and may crowd out neighboring plants if not divided regularly. In Zone 8's typically lean, well-drained soils, it behaves more politely. But keep an eye on its expansion in richer beds and divide every 2 to 3 years to maintain its best blooming performance and keep it from overwhelming its neighbors. Plant number 5, Lavender. Number 5 is a plant so perfectly designed by nature for heat, drought, and rabbit resistance that it almost seems like it was specifically engineered for the Zone 8 garden. That plant is Lavender, and in the right Zone 8 conditions, it delivers a performance of extraordinary beauty and reliability. Lavender produces those iconic spikes of purple, blue, pink, or white flowers above silver-green aromatic foliage, filling the air around it with that legendary fragrance that has made it one of the most beloved plants in human history. For Zone 8 specifically, heat-tolerant varieties are the key to success. Spanish lavender, Lavandula stoicus, with its distinctive pineapple-shaped flower heads topped with decorative bracts, thrives in Zone 8 heat that would stress English lavender varieties. The phenomenal variety and the Provence variety are both outstanding Zone 8 performers, combining genuine heat and humidity tolerance with long bloom seasons and exceptional drought resistance. Rabbits will not touch lavender under any circumstances, in any climate, in any season, under any level of food pressure. The volatile aromatic oils that create lavender's extraordinary fragrance are among the most potent natural rabbit deterrents in the plant kingdom. A border edged with lavender does not just protect itself. It creates a fragrant barrier that discourages rabbits from venturing deeper into the garden bed. The key benefit: lavender in Zone 8 delivers that multi-sensory garden experience. Stunning visual beauty, legendary fragrance, powerful pollinator attraction, and complete rabbit immunity in one of the most drought-tolerant packages available. A well-chosen Zone 8 lavender variety can bloom from late spring through summer, be cut back, and often produce a second flush in fall, giving you months of that iconic color and fragrance with minimal care. The caution: drainage is still the single most critical factor for lavender success in Zone 8. Even heat-tolerant varieties will struggle and die in heavy clay soils that hold moisture after rain. Zone 8's occasional heavy rainfall events can be particularly challenging. Raised beds, berms, or heavily amended soil with sharp grit are often the best solutions in heavier Zone 8 soils. Also, choose varieties specifically rated for Zone 8 heat and humidity tolerance rather than standard English lavender, which can suffer in the most humid Zone 8 summers. Plant number 6, Coneflower. Number 6 is a native North American wildflower that has been thriving in hot, dry summer conditions across this continent for thousands of years. And in Zone 8, it delivers one of the most reliable, most ecologically valuable, and most rabbit-proof long-season performances of any perennial on today's list. That plant is coneflower, Echinacea purpurea. Coneflowers produce those iconic, large, daisy-like flowers with the distinctive raised, spiky, orange-brown center cones. In rich, rosy purple as the classic, or in the rainbow of white, yellow, orange, coral, and red that modern breeding has unlocked. In Zone 8, coneflowers bloom from early summer through fall, an extended season driven by the long, warm growing season that Zone 8 gardeners enjoy. That thick, carrot-like taproot that stores water and nutrients allows coneflower to handle Zone 8 drought intervals that stress shallower-rooted perennials, bouncing back quickly after dry spells with a resilience that feels almost defiant. Rabbits avoid coneflowers reliably because of the rough, bristly texture of the leaves and stems. Those fine surface hairs are physically unpleasant for rabbits to eat, creating a tactile deterrence that works consistently even under significant rabbit pressure. This texture defense is a natural adaptation that developed over thousands of years of grazing pressure from native herbivores, and it works just as effectively against suburban rabbits today as it did against bison and deer on the original prairie. The key benefit: coneflower is the most ecologically generous plant on today's entire list. The flowers support bees, butterflies, and native pollinators through the long Zone 8 summer. The seed heads that follow feed goldfinches and other birds through fall and winter, and the hollow stems provide critical overwintering habitat for native bees and beneficial insects. One planting of coneflower sustains wildlife across every season of the Zone 8 year. The caution: for Zone 8 specifically, ensure coneflowers have good air circulation around them. Zone 8's combination of summer heat and humidity can promote powdery mildew and other fungal issues on the foliage in poorly ventilated garden spaces. Space plants generously, avoid overhead watering, and choose disease-resistant varieties. The straight species and proven varieties like Magnus, White Swan, and Kim's Knee-High are your most reliable Zone 8 choices. Plant number 7, Catmint. And rounding out our list of 7 at number 7 is a plant that gardeners in every climate zone rely on for long-season beauty, effortless performance, and rock-solid rabbit resistance. And in Zone 8, it delivers all three with the added bonus of genuine heat tolerance that keeps it performing when less adapted perennials have given up entirely. That plant is catmint. Catmint forms a beautiful, soft, billowing mound of aromatic gray-green foliage covered in lavender blue flower spikes from late spring through early summer. A spectacular first flush that blooms for 4 to 6 weeks in Zone 8's warm spring conditions. Cut it back by half when that first flush fades, and within 3 to 4 weeks, it rebounds with a full second flowering. In Zone 8's long growing season, a third and sometimes even a fourth flush before the year ends is entirely achievable, giving you a total bloom season stretching from spring through late fall with just those simple cutbacks in between. The rabbit resistance of catmint is absolute and consistent across all climates and all seasons. The mint family aromatic oils in the foliage, the same compounds that attract cats and bees, are deeply offensive to rabbits and act as a powerful olfactory deterrent that keeps them well away from the plant at every stage of growth. Plant catmint as a border edge along the front of your Zone 8 beds, and it creates both a beautiful floral display and a continuous aromatic barrier that discourages rabbit browsing throughout the garden. In Zone 8 heat, catmint performs remarkably well, particularly in the drier parts of Zone 8, where its Mediterranean ancestry and drought-adapted constitution make it genuinely at home in hot, sunny conditions. The varieties Walker's Low, Six Hills Giant, and Persian Blue are all excellent Zone 8 performers with proven heat tolerance and outstanding bloom production through the long southern growing season. The key benefit: catmint is the most complete and versatile plant on today's entire list. It gives you months of beautiful, soft color, smothers weeds with its dense cascading mound, supports bees and butterflies all season, repels rabbits, tolerates heat and drought, and makes every other plant it grows near look more beautiful and more intentional. It is the ultimate Zone 8 garden problem solver in a single, beautiful package. The caution: in the most humid parts of Zone 8, catmint can occasionally develop powdery mildew during prolonged wet periods. Ensure good air circulation around plants, avoid overhead watering, and if mildew does appear, cut the plant back hard. It will rebound quickly with fresh, clean, mildew-free new growth. Also, outdoor cats will occasionally be attracted to catmint and may roll in it. Protect young plants with a light cage until they are large and established enough to handle some feline enthusiasm without sustaining damage. And there you have it. 7 rabbit-proof, heat-loving perennials built for the toughest Zone 8 garden spaces. Agastache, Russian sage, Salvia, Yarrow, Lavender, Coneflower, and Catmint. 7 absolute warriors that handle blazing heat, repel rabbits naturally, and come back stronger and more beautiful every single year. Plant these and the rabbits lose. Thank you so much for watching. It genuinely means the world to us that you are here. If today's video helped you find Zone 8 plants that will finally stand up to your rabbits and your heat, please give it a thumbs up right now. It helps this channel reach more Zone 8 gardeners who are fighting the same battles. And if you are not yet subscribed, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you never miss a video. We will see you in the very next video. Until then, plant tough, grow bold, and as always, happy gardening.